Hi, it's Dorothy Guiney with Scrapbooking Quebec, and today I'm here for the YouTube collaboration for the love of crafting and sharing. You'll find links to the other participants in the information box below, and in February, the inspiration will be exponential because we are honoring YouTubers who inspire us. That was a tough one for me because I'm inspired by so many people. I chose Christy Harriman from Christy's Beautiful Life. She's doing a YouTube series at the moment called the ABC Scrappy Challenge. And for the letter A, she shared some amazing tips on what to do with alphas. That's her page on the screen. I mean, check out that title. It's fantastic. I'm going to be drawing inspiration from her page today, but if you want to see how she put this together, I'll put a link to her process video in the information box below. This is a stash bust today, so I have paper from Crate Paper, Heidi Swap. I have 3 sets of thickers as well as a set of dies. I'll talk more about these as I use them. I did some preparation in advance. I prepared a frame style foundation with 3 sheets of paper and I gutted 2 of them. I'll use that other paper elsewhere on my layout. I have that scrap there. That's from Heidi Swap. It's from a previous page and I did mat my photo in advance. For this technique, you need a clear page protector. So I just got that from my school supply pile and I have 3 sets of thickers. Also, you need a long title, and Christy recommended going online and looking for a quote. So I looked up something to do with photography, and mine is "Photography is the Beauty of Life Captured" by Tara Chisholm. That was a really fun thing to do, by the way. It was so easy. I just Googled photography quotes and I came up with all these really fun quotes. Now what I'm going to do is create a layered photo mat. So I'm taking these scraps of paper that are on my desk and I'm just trimming them up. I will put measurements for what I'm doing on the screen in case you are interested. But keep in mind, what I'm doing here is completely different, the page design, than Christie's. I am drawing inspiration from her amazing title work. However, her style is completely different than mine. I'm going to maintain on this page my kind of graphic straight style. And Christy is more free-flowing, but I'm certainly drawing inspiration from her amazing work. All that to say is you can find inspiration from scrapbookers who are of your style and people who are completely different. Inspiration is everywhere. Anyway, I'm continuing adhering this to the page, and at first I was hesitating whether or not I was going to have that layered mat bleed off to the left or not, and I end up putting it within the frame. What you saw me do there was get out my Big Shot. I was contemplating embossing a stitched line on the left-hand side, but actually that was too wide for my Big Shot, so it's going on the page as is. And what I'm basically doing here is setting up a top-heavy diagonal design. Basically, most of the weight of the photo and the page mat is going to be towards the top of the page, but as the page progresses, you're going to notice my title flows down towards the bottom right. So I'm going to continue adhering this, and once this is down, I am going to start working on my title. Now, this is why you need a clear page protector. Basically, you place it on top of your layout and you start playing around with the placement of your title, but you're not actually adhering it to your page right now. That way you can play around a bit. Now, Christy recommends you put down the anchors first. So the anchors for me are going to be 3 words, which is photography, life captured, in those blue letters. So I'm placing those on the page where I want them. I know that I want it to go towards a diagonal, so I know captured is the last word and I want it to hit right over on the right hand side. And photography is kind of a long word, so I had to do what I could with that. So I started it on the photo. Then I stopped the camera because I got a bit boring, but basically I placed beauty in the middle and then the filler words in between. Off camera, I cut out these 3 small blue pieces with my die cutting machine. They are from a die from the In Love art shop. And I'm realizing at this point that I wished I had more space so that my camera could fit in better. But that's the beauty of using these clear plastic sheets, because at this point I can still alter it a bit. So now what I'm going to do is start adhering my title down. I am actually going to stop the camera at one point, but what's important here is I know I want to add a bit more space within my title so that I can accommodate that camera. So I'm starting at the bottom because I know I want the word captured to go over to the far right. I also want it to line up right underneath that striped mat. And I'm working my way up, and that permits me to add a little bit more space in there. So it works really well, this technique. I continue doing this. I put the camera back on. Those blue letters were particularly difficult to adhere because it's really old chipboard from Pink Fresh Studio, and I had to add a bunch of adhesive, and the chipboard cardboard kept peeling off on me. Anyway, I didn't want you to have to suffer through that, but these other smaller letters were a little bit easier. So there I have it. My title is down now, and I'm really liking how this looks, but I'm going to add those 3 blue elements that I cut out with my die cutting machine, again kind of in a diagonal, but I want to pimp them up a bit. So I found these hearts. They're in that kind of a greeny yellow that's in that paper, and those are from Pink Fresh Studio. And now I'm cutting myself out a file tab with an old die from Stampin' Up, and that's going to go just at the bottom, and I'm actually going to add some more of those alphas there to just put the date in 2019. I haven't adhered that speech bubble quite yet because I do want to do a bit of journaling down there in that corner. So that is a stencil by Echo Park called Back to School. I use it all the time, and I'm just putting it in place with washi tape, and I'm just adding a bit of ink. That is Night of Navy by Stampin' Up, and now I will add some faux stitching, just a small line above that file folder at the bottom. So that was a stencil by Stampin' Up that has little holes, and I use a paper piercing tool, and then I just joined the holes together with a pen. And now I'm adhering that speech bubble again with one of those little yellow hearts. Those yellow hearts I popped up on foam adhesive, and then I did my journaling off camera. Now that is it. I'm really thrilled with this layout. I had so much fun doing this. That's me and my camera setting up a tripod. I really love that photo, by the way. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you check out Christy's process video. It really is fun, and check out all the other participants in this YouTube hop. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. If you haven't subscribed to Scrapbooking Quebec, I'd love it if you did, and thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.